Hello everyone and welcome to another video of our series on how to become a competent researcher. My name is Mohammed Al-Haj and I'm the founder and director of Clean Energy for Africa. So this video is a continuation of the topic of scientific writing and publishing. And by the way, if you have missed the first video, then you can find the link to that video in the description below. So once you have identified a specific journal that you're going to publish in, then the first thing you want to do is make sure you read the journal's website carefully. Like look at the requirements for publishing, look at the author guidelines, make sure you are aware of what is the word limit, for example, for the paper, are there any kind of formatting requirements, any structure requirements, and specific headings that the journal requires you to follow, and any other requirements. This is extremely important. A lot of times I see papers in journals that I work in. I see some papers that are rejected simply because the author did not comply with a simple instruction. Then after that, you wanna prepare the title of your paper, right? And for the title, it's always advisable that uh, you choose a title that is concise, that reflects the content of the paper in an accurate way, and avoid having the title being too short or too long, or having general terms in the title that don't reflect exactly what the content of the paper is. After the title, there is a section called abstract, which is basically a summary for the whole article. However, this abstract, it's always preferred that you do not write it except after you complete writing the full paper, because it's actually a summary. So in any scientific paper, and I'm actually here in this video, the examples that I'll be giving will relate to what we call original research articles. These are basically our articles that report new findings. So the first section of the paper will be an introduction section whereby you introduce a topic, why is this topic important, why are you interested in it, and for us in the area of renewable energy and environment, it's always advisable that you try to correlate or relate between your work and the important global environmental agendas. For example, the Sustainable Development Goals or the climate change, the Paris Agreement, the challenges of energy access, depending on the exact, of course, scope of your paper. After this introduction, then you're going to look into the literature review, whereby you're going to discuss what other researchers have done in a critical manner. All right, don't just write down so and so did this and this, so and so did this and this, so and so used this methodology and got the following. No, try to be critical. This will really intrigue the reader. So, for example, you can say Muhammad Al-Haj and his colleagues worked on a solar desalination plant and got the following results. However, their work did not address the environmental impact of these systems. And this is an important issue because of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is very important. It shows the readers that you have a critical mindset, and it will also intrigue the readers to read the paper fully. After the literature review section, then you're going to introduce your topic, what is the research gap, and what exactly you're going to work on, which is your scope, and what are the objectives of this paper. So once you're done with this, then you will present the methodology for your research. You want to explain the methodology here in sufficient details. So for example, your methodology could be that you use a survey to collect some data and you analyzed it, or you use a certain program to do some analysis and you got some results, or you do some experimental work. So whatever it is, just explain it, followed by then the results that you got, and present it, of course, in terms of graphs or pie charts or line graphs or bar charts or tables or whatever way that is considered appropriate in your field, with a critical discussion on those results. So you want to discuss the results by focusing on answering the research questions that you already presented at the beginning of the paper. Once you're done with this, then you'll have a conclusion section where basically you're going to summarize the whole article briefly and maybe add some recommendations for future work. After the conclusion, there are some supplementary sections. Some of them are essential, but for example, the references, you need to have a references list, and then you may add, for example, an acknowledgement section. You may add a section for supplementary material and so on. And then after you've done all those, then you can go back and write the abstract. So it's always advised that you write the abstract at the end, because it's actually a summary for the whole article. So it's easier for you to know what to write in it after you have completed the whole paper. This is basically in a nutshell, or in a nutshell and a very, very brief summary of writing a scientific paper. In my Ultimate Research Masterclass, which the registration for will open actually in early January of 2022, I discuss an 11-step framework that I developed that will guide researchers for how to write and publish scientific papers. So if you'd like to learn more about that, I highly encourage you to join this Research Masterclass. And by the way, I also added the link to the Research Masterclass in the video's description. I hope you found this video useful, and if you have any questions or any other suggestions, please feel free to write them in the comments below. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next video.